they time and their effort in to get him into the presidency just to show the world that laws are only meant for people without money. Laws are only meant to be when you get punished for something that they want to punish you for. You know what I mean? And you sit back and you think that these folks say, well, a convicted felon can't have a firearm and you can't do this, but then you got a president, United States president of America, he's got the codes and keys to the biggest motherfucking weapon in the world, the nuclear war is. So when you tell a person that gets pulled over with a fucking 4.5 or something like that, any kind of firearm in their car, and they just trying to protect themselves, and you want to take that person to jail, and that person ain't committed a crime, then y'all need to reflect on that we have a president that's a convicted felon, and he possesses weapons every fucking second of the day. Every second. And I'm not knocking the man because he showed the game. Trump ran his first presidency on, I do what I want, I say what I want, and when he won, he was like, damn, I actually won, talking shit to the world. I went out there and told, he went out there and told every motherfucker in the world, fuck you, I ain't riding with you. He ran the first, a lot of people don't understand is when Trump first ran for the president the first time, dude ran as an independent because the Republicans didn't want to back him and the Democrats didn't want to back him. The liberals didn't want to back him because he was like, fuck the Democrats, fuck the Republicans, fuck you liberals. I'm a rich motherfucker and fuck all you too. And that's what Trump was doing. And when he actually won, he was like, damn, I'm the president? Because we had already seen wrestlers and actors run for governors like Arnold Schwarzenegger and fucking Jesse Ventura. So politics became more of what you would call, if you're a popular type person, you need to get in politics even though you never ever did any kind of politics. You ain't never ever been in no law school. You ain't never ever did nothing in life but been an entertainer. You know what I mean? And it showed that a lot of them other people that literally become politicians when they go to school and go to college, because a lot of people go to college and then become lawyers, and some of them just go to college just so they can get right to the next extra people. So because in their mind, they thinking one day they're going to be a senator, a governor. They thinking in politics because politics is where the most money's at. I don't care or if you are, if you just say that you are a person that runs around in a city and you does codes. If you doing codes for people, and meaning that you walk up to people's buildings, that's building homes, and you got the ability to stop them just by what you say they doing wrong, then you figure out a way that you are a powerful motherfucker just with a pen, and you start taking advantage. Some people take advantage of that and start extorting people for money, and then you have a lot of people start building homes, underquality buildings, and when they collapse and bridges collapse and shit, you got to go back to who was the person that inspected the building, who was the person that signed off on this. You know what I mean? And that's like laws and bills and all them type of things, man. You have a lot of people that say they're for the people, but they really just for themselves. They really just for themselves. People, you never get a person that actually goes into politics with the thought of when they career over it that they gonna be like a Martin Luther King or somebody that was literally out there doing things for free and giving money and trying to fight for equal and civil rights. Politicians don't do that, man. Politicians on Democrat side or Republican sides or liberals, they can't pick a part where they can say that I'm going to be right for this and I'm going to be right for that. You had the Democrats, and it backfired because the Democrats backed the BLM movement when these folks was out in the streets and they was terrorizing, they was setting fires. Not all of them. But anytime you have protests and stuff in the streets where you say, and this is what people don't understand, America's always been afraid of an angry black person. An angry black person is worse than any other individual on this world in them other people's eyes, man. And even when you're not angry, I could be having a conversation with one of them, and next thing you know, they telling me I'm being aggressive, and I'm talking to them like this. Because they feel like I'm being aggressive just because of my skin color. My skin color is what intimidates them to the point where they feel like that I might punch them in the face when I'm looking at them like, man, we're having a general conversation about something and I might not agree with you, but why do you feel like that it might get physical? You know what I mean? And that's the crazy thing about it. And that's why I trip off the internet and I look at this and I said, I'm not going to be another one of them dudes, man. I'm not going to be another one of them dudes that get on a podcast and they put me in front of some nutting-ass gang member or some nutting-ass other individual, and I'm sitting here yelling at him and he's yelling at me and I'm threatening him and he's threatening me. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? You do enough of that in the streets when you put yourself in situations like that. You should be on the internet having a conversation about different things in life, even how you enjoying life or how life is doing you or what you see that's going on in the world that you think that other people need to pay attention to. You know, because a lot of people don't pay attention or even watch news. They only catch little clips and stuff on TikTok or catch clips on YouTube, or they catch clips when somebody one of the FYP pages throw it out there at them, and it might not be something that they want to see, but then next thing you know, they hear Trump giving away stimulus checks, and then next thing you know, everybody on the internet talking about Trump's our guy, Trump's our guy. He's giving away stimulus checks. He's finna get money. He's finna get this. You know what I mean? And people take advantage of situations and wonder why. Yeah, you think you got away with scamming something, but in the end, them folk come and bump your ass. And you didn't even take advantage of the situation where you took that money and invested into something that was going to make money. So when them people came to you, you could at least give them their money back. Because what a lot of people don't understand is, with them, a lot of people be like, I don't understand how that person stole $300 million and he only got 5 years because he gave that money back. A lot of times, them folks don't want to put a motherfucker in jail. They just want their lick back, man. They want their lick back. They either want the average motherfucker with money, they want you to be able to pay the money back you stole. And then I see that a lot of motherfuckers in the streets that get popped, them folks make motherfuckers put motherfuckers on motherfuckers that equal up the same amount they got caught with, man. These folks out here in the world, and people don't understand this until you start watching the news and start hearing these stories where these folks break it down to you and tell you these things. Like, it was a story in Chicago yesterday where these folks, these young people was down there. Of course, they was shooting up, bang, bang. You know, somebody got put in a bag. It ain't nothing new in Chicago. But what I was focused on was that when they was telling the story in the news, they said that the assailants, the suspects, was caught on undercover FBI cameras that was put in the neighborhoods. And a lot of people wouldn't have focused on when them people said that. But then I started doing some research and I found out that they got so many cameras the size of your fingernail. And like when it used to be, they had to get on telephone poles and put these big old cameras, you damn near know they was looking at you. But now they got cameras that they can put on stop signs, they can put on license plates, and these folks literally in Chicago, the FBI have started, what they do is they have neighborhoods and gangs under surveillance, and these folks got cameras in flower pots, these folks got cameras in restaurants. You know what I mean? Some of these restaurants don't even know that these police got many cameras, but they put them in their stores in the hoods because they say that if this is y'all block, I mean, we're going to catch every fucking person that come in this store and we analyze their face and what they got on. And then them folks actually go back and start piecing crimes together in them neighborhoods. And then they go down them lines, and them young motherfuckers think just because they got their face covered up, what they do is they catch them motherfuckers coming in them store with them clothes on. Same clothes on, same outfit. They go to their Instagram, their YouTubes, and they screenshot that same outfit that they had on And they say, well, that motherfucker had this outfit on with that same ski mask on, and we can prove because he was in his store right here at this time with that same outfit on, with them same two motherfuckers with the same two outfits on, that's sitting there in this surveillance picture. I was like, wow. I was like, wow. Technology made a person. If you thinking that you want to sell anything in the streets and think you're gonna get away with it, technology is beyond you, man. Technology beyond. You can't get away with it, man. It ain't no way. I don't give a fuck who you think you is, how smart you is, what you think you can set up a trap house over here, a stash house over here. You can meet a motherfucker over here, meet a motherfucker over here, talk to a motherfucker over here, only fuck with these motherfuckers over here. But when it boils down to it, you could be sitting there beside a motherfucker that's already working with the police to get you and a whole bunch of other motherfuckers, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. You know what I mean? You don't even know. And people that don't watch the news is not paying attention. These folks are telling you when they busting cartel leaders, they tell you how they doing it. These folks ain't hiding the secret to something that you don't need to know. These folks are telling you, this is how we pop this person. We tricked this person into getting his friend to call him. Instead of him going to meet his friend was coming down the street and the police pulled him over. Like a motherfucker don't know that the last person you talked to was the one that set you